All right, welcome. Today we are diving into one of the most essential and, let's be honest, trickiest parts of speaking French, figuring out the two different words for you. You know, if you get this right, you instantly sound more like a local. But if you get it wrong, well, things can get a little awkward. So let's just jump right in with a scenario. Imagine this. It's your first day at a new job in Paris. You walk in and you meet your new boss. You want to be friendly, right? Approachable. But what comes out of your mouth? That one little word choice could set the entire tone for your whole professional relationship. No pressure.
And yeah, that's really the core of it, isn't it? Unlike in English where you is just you, French makes you stop and think about the social dynamic every single time. It's not just about grammar. It's a window into the relationship, the respect, and the whole context of the conversation. But hey, don't sweat it. We're going to break it all down and make it super simple.
Okay, this is where we turn that potential for awkwardness into a chance for real, authentic connection. Once you understand the code behind tu and vous, you've basically got the key to unlocking genuine French conversations.
You know, when you really get down to it, it's all about the vibe. Think of tu as your warm, casual, hey, we're on the same level kind of you. It's for your friends, your family, people you know well. Vous, on the other hand, is all about creating a polite, respectful space. It's your go-to for professional situations or anytime you want to show a bit of formal respect.
So think of this table as your social cheat sheet. Tu is for your inner circle, friends, family, people your age. Vous is for pretty much everyone else, at least at first. Strangers, older people, your boss, and pay close attention to that last line. The first time you meet someone, it's almost always vous. It's this fascinating piece of social etiquette that's built right into the language itself.
Okay, so we've got the basic rules down. That's the what. Now, let's get into the how by building up your vocabulary toolkit for the real world. You know, the words you'll actually use when you're talking about work, life, and everything else. First word for our toolkit, réunion, a meeting. I mean, this is classic vous territory. Anytime you're in a professional setting talking about projects or deadlines, formality is key. It's just the default, you know? It sets that tone of mutual respect right from the start. All right. On the flip side, we've got loisir, your hobbies, leisure time, the fun stuff. When you're chatting with friends about what you did over the weekend, you are deep in tu territory. This is where you're really connecting with someone, sharing what you love to do. Total tu zone. Now this one, réseau social, or social media. This is where things get a little tricky in our modern world, right? Is a message on a professional network formal or informal? Well, here's a good rule of thumb. If you'd use vous with that person in real life, stick with vous online. It's always safer to start formal and let them invite you to be more casual. And our last vocabulary word is actualité, or current events. It's the perfect kind of small talk for someone you've just met. And what do we use when we meet someone new? You got it. Vous. All right, theory time is over. Let's put this all together and see how these rules and words actually play out in conversations you might really have. It's time to put the code into practice. The workplace is probably the best place to see this play out because the context is so clear. You could be talking about the exact same project, but the way you say it completely changes based on who you're talking to. The person you're speaking to literally changes everything. So check this out. You're talking to a colleague, a peer, someone on your level. It's super casual, totally normal to say, I think the project is interesting, don't you? It's collaborative, it's friendly.
But what happens when you're talking to your boss about the very same work? The whole thing shifts. Sir, could you check this report? Suddenly, the language is more polite, more formal. You're using vous to acknowledge the hierarchy. It's the same workplace, but a different relationship means completely different French.
Okay, so let's wrap this all up and talk about the big takeaway here. Because this is so much more than just avoiding a simple mistake. It's about getting a handle on a huge piece of French culture.
And this is really the most important thing to remember. When you choose the right you, you're sending a message. You're telling the other person, I see you, I understand our relationship, and I respect the situation we're in. It's how you build real connections. So, here are the absolute essentials, your key to feeling confident. Tu is for your people, friends, family. Vous is for everyone else, especially strangers, elders, and at work. And seriously, this is the golden rule. If you are ever in doubt, just start with vous. You can't go wrong with being too polite. Oh, and listen, how someone talks to you is your biggest clue. Just mirror what you hear. So now you've got the key, you've cracked the code. Take a second and think about your own life. If you were to map out your social world in French, who would get that familiar tu and who would get the respectful vous? It's actually a fascinating way to think about how we build and define our relationships, isn't it?